Sometimes it only takes a week to create lasting change in your life. If you feel stuck or are looking to make positive shifts, there are simple yet powerful habits you can incorporate that can completely transform your outlook. In just 7 days, I implemented 5 key habits that not only boosted my productivity, but also helped me tap into a deeper sense of well-being. These habits are easy to adopt, and by committing to them, I saw remarkable improvements in my mindset, relationships, and daily routines. Let's look into each habit and how it changed my life for the better. One of the most transformative habits I incorporated into my daily routine was starting each morning with affirmations. This simple practice set a powerful tone for the entire day. Every morning I began by affirming positive statements about myself and my life. I would say things like, "I am worthy of success, I attract abundance, and I am at peace with who I am." These statements helped shift my mindset and built a sense of self-belief from the moment I woke up. At first, I didn't notice immediate changes, but after a few days, I began to notice a shift in how I approached the world. The affirmations worked as a mental reset, pushing away self-doubt and negativity. By reinforcing positivity every morning, I cultivated a powerful foundation of self-love and self-respect, which made me feel more confident and capable. This habit gradually increased my resilience to life's challenges. Even on the toughest days, I would remind myself of these affirmations. It made it easier to face obstacles without feeling overwhelmed. Instead of letting fear or insecurity control my actions, I took bold steps forward, knowing I had the power to handle whatever came my way. As I continued with this practice, the change in my outlook became undeniable. The daily repetition of positive words didn't just affect my thoughts, but also my behavior. It reflected in my relationships, how I handled stress, and my overall attitude toward life. It was as if I was reprogramming my subconscious to believe that I deserved the best. Eventually, I noticed that my conversations became more uplifting, my interactions more positive, and I felt a deeper sense of gratitude for the small victories each day. Affirmations became not just a ritual, but a mindset. And they reminded me that I have the power to create the life I want, and that realization alone was a game changer. By the end of the week, I was amazed by how much this habit had shifted my perspective. I was approaching my goals with a renewed sense of determination and was much kinder to myself, knowing that I didn't need to be perfect to be worthy. This was just the beginning of a transformative journey. If you haven't tried incorporating affirmations into your routine, I encourage you to start today. They may seem small, but their impact is powerful. Just a few minutes in the morning can set the tone for an entire day of positivity and productivity. Self-care had always been something I did occasionally, but after adopting this habit, it became a non-negotiable part of my daily routine. Taking the time to nurture myself physically, emotionally, and mentally had an incredibly profound impact on my well-being. In the past, I had often neglected my own needs while trying to meet the demands of others, but I realized that in order to give my best to the world, I first needed to take care of myself. Whether it was taking a relaxing bath, going for a walk in nature, or simply enjoying a quiet moment with a cup of tea, self-care became a ritual that replenished my energy and kept me balanced. What surprised me the most was how much more effective I became in other areas of my life once I started prioritizing myself. I was more productive, more present in my relationships, and generally felt better physically and emotionally. It was as if I was refueling my own internal resources, which allowed me to show up more fully in everything I did. But by making self-care a priority, I learned that saying no when necessary was an act of self-respect. It helped me regain control of my time and energy, and that sense of empowerment was liberating. Self-care isn't just about bubble baths and relaxation. It's about tuning in to what your mind and body need and giving yourself permission to take those moments. Whether it's a break to recharge or an activity that brings you joy, each step of self-care strengthens your foundation for success. By the end of the week, I could already feel the positive effects of consistently taking care of myself. I was less stressed, more focused, and more at peace with my choices. It became clear that self-care wasn't a luxury, it was a necessity. If you're someone who tends to put others first or often overlooks your own needs, make self-care a habit. Even just a few minutes a day can make all the difference in your overall well-being, and your health, both physical and emotional, deserves attention, and in turn you'll be able to give more to others and your goals. Setting boundaries was something I struggled with for a long time. I used to think that saying no would make me seem selfish or unkind, but I quickly learned that establishing clear boundaries is actually one of the most empowering actions you can take. This habit didn't come naturally at first, and it took some practice to get comfortable with it. It started with small steps like saying no to things I didn't want to do or communicating my needs to others more clearly. I also began recognizing situations where I felt drained and learning to step back instead of overcommitting. What I soon realized was that boundaries are not walls. They are healthy limits that protect your time, energy, and well-being. When I began setting boundaries, I felt more in control of my life. I no longer felt overwhelmed by others' demands, and I had more energy to focus on what truly mattered. This habit was especially important in my relationships. Setting boundaries helped me communicate more effectively with loved ones and colleagues. It also allowed me to maintain healthier relationships based on mutual respect. Instead of feeling resentful or exhausted, I could approach each interaction with clarity and compassion. As I became more comfortable with boundaries, I noticed that I felt less stress overall. I wasn't constantly trying to please everyone or spread myself too thin. Instead, I had the energy to focus on the things I truly valued, whether it was my personal goals, relationships, or hobbies. By the end of the week, I had transformed the way I approached my relationships and my time. Setting boundaries gave me the space to thrive, and I was able to let go of the guilt that came with saying no. It was an empowering feeling to know that I could honor my needs without fear of rejection or criticism. If you're someone who struggles with setting boundaries, start small and remember that it's okay to prioritize yourself. Boundaries are not about being rigid. They're about creating space for what's important. So, gratitude is another habit that transformed my life in just 1 week. While I always appreciated the good things in my life, I didn't consistently practice gratitude. Once I started intentionally acknowledging the things I was grateful for every day, I saw immediate changes in my mindset. At first, I began keeping a gratitude journal. Each night before bed, I would write down 3 things I was thankful for, no matter how big or small. The simple act of focusing on the positive helped shift my perspective. Instead of ruminating on what was wrong or what I lacked, I focused on abundance and blessings. The effects of gratitude were profound. I started noticing small miracles in my day-to-day life. The smile from a stranger, the warmth of the sun, or a moment of laughter. Gratitude made me more mindful of life's beauty, like even in its simplest forms. This habit also helped me cultivate a more positive outlook. When faced with challenges, I would remind myself of what I was grateful for. Gratitude became my anchor, allowing me to stay grounded even during difficult moments. It was a powerful tool for cultivating resilience and maintaining peace. By the end of the week, gratitude had become second nature. I no longer needed to remind myself to be thankful. It was just part of my mindset. I found myself feeling happier, more content, and more connected to the present moment. If you haven't yet embraced the practice of gratitude, I encourage you to start today. It doesn't require anything fancy. Just a few minutes each day to reflect on what you're grateful for can make all the difference in your life. Gratitude has the power to shift your entire perspective. Visualization is a powerful tool that can help manifest your dreams and desires. I began incorporating daily visualization sessions into my routine, spending a few minutes each day imagining myself achieving my goals. At first, it felt like a small and somewhat abstract practice, but over time, it began to feel incredibly real. In my visualizations, I would see myself succeeding in my career, thriving in my relationships, and living a life full of abundance. I visualized the emotions I would feel, the people I would share those moments with, and the satisfaction of achieving my goals. This exercise helped me stay focused and motivated. The more vividly I visualized my success, the more determined I became to make it a reality. This habit served as a constant reminder of my goals, which kept me driven throughout the day. It also helped me stay positive, even when setbacks occurred. Visualizing success created a deep sense of confidence in me that was crucial for moving forward. Visualization not only helped me stay on track, but it also fueled my belief that success was within reach. By the end of the week, my mindset had completely shifted. Visualization wasn't just an exercise, it had become a way of living. It helped me make decisions with confidence, trusting that I was on the path to creating the life I had imagined. If you've never tried visualization before, I encourage you to give it a go. Spend just a few minutes each day picturing your ideal future and watch how it influences your actions and mindset. Visualization is a tool that can help you manifest your desires more effectively. These 5 habits brought remarkable changes to my life in just 1 week. They allowed me to cultivate a more positive mindset, prioritize my needs, and move closer to my goals. Each habit reinforced the importance of self-love, intention, and taking action. If you're looking for ways to transform your life, I encourage you to try incorporating these habits into your routine. While 1 week may not be enough to master them, the changes you experience will inspire you to keep going. You have the power to create a life you love, one small step at a time. And don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, and subscribe to the channel for more life-changing tips.